It was totally serendipitous. It was like, almost like people say cosmic. But Alex Leeds and I met at a startup incubator here in New York City that was hosted by New Lab. And the premise of the program that we were in was to find a co-founder.
Okay.
And so we each had to introduce ourselves. So there was like 105 people. And they didn't give us a list of what order people were going in, so I ended up being at the bottom. So I was like 103, and like every day I was like, it's so nice to hear other people, and I was like, but you're also nervous because you're presenting yourself.
Yes.
And it was very clear that I was one of the only parents in the room.
Interesting.
And right before I got up, there was another woman who I got to know, and she was a mom, and she purposely didn't tell people she was a mom. And I was purposely going in telling people I was a mom because I was like, I got to leave at 5 o'clock. Like, I got to go to my kids. I got to do these things. And I was like, it's a self-selecting process. I couldn't work with someone for whom me being a mom was a problem.
Right.
So I might as well just come out and say it.
Love it.
So I gave my story, and Alex came up to me afterwards, and he's like, I want to work with you. And everyone wanted to work with Alex because Alex was this like wonderful human, genius data scientist, all these things. And so like we were the first set of founders to work together. And people would try to poach him all the time. It was so weird.
Wait, so what was your story? Because I know what your story is today, but now you're already working with Alex, right? Sleuth is already in beta. What was your story that day?
My story that day was kind of twofold. The first, like I remember telling a story about my daughter who I when she was really little, I told her to tell people that her name was El Chapo as like a joke. And I think that what I was trying to do in that moment is like, you might think of moms a certain way, but like I'm a lot more dynamic than the stereotype of the mom, right? And so I wanted people to see that you could be in technology and a technologist and be someone who's really committed to caregiving because you have a sense of humor and levity and all that. Mm-hmm. And so like I talked about that, and I talked about how I can't be outworked, right? Like I'm a special needs mom. I'm in this, and like I am a good co-founder because I will literally work forever, which is, kind of a part of hustle culture problem, but that's a separate story. And the other thing I said was like, listen, there's a market here. Like I've been in this market. I sold to parents in my previous career. I sold digital products, and now as a mom, I had to take time off, and I know there's a nascent market here.
Okay.
And like if anyone is interested in discovering what we can do for this market, it would be kind of fun. And he was.
Amazing.